Well, Russ, it's been a long day. It's been a long transfer window, a busy one. But it's two more fantastic bits of business to end what has been a brilliant month in terms of transfer activity. Your assessment?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been a long day. It's been, as you can probably tell, pretty knackered. We were getting done very late this evening. Didn't help the nerves, but obviously got it very late. But really pleased to get that one over the line, and Zach, of course, today as well. Two really important signings for us short term, and obviously Zach in the long term as well. Both players we've been interested in for a long time. As I said before, Will didn't look like it was available to us this time last week, and we've done, Liam Sweeting, Andrew Cullen, done fantastically well to even get it back alive, and then Will done his bit as well to make sure that we were the place he came to play football. So I think what we've done over the last month is we've tried to implement some change again in terms of where we want to go and the way forward. And you can see by the players we're signing in, we've brought in, and we've signed that we are signing really hungry players, players that are desperate to be here, that really want to buy into the style of play that we have and the culture that we have, and that's really important to us. So it's been a really, really successful window. I'm really pleased it's shut now, and I'm really excited about the squad that we've got moving forward. There's been some really important signings and some really important business done this month, and I am really, really pleased.
Let's start with Zach then. Someone I know you've been looking at for a while, and in an area where you've made no secret that you still wanted to add to it, not least with the departures we've had this month. A young player, a player that's here for the long term, and a player I know you see helping us in the short term as well as obviously for the future as well. What can he bring?
Yeah, Zach's a player who's had a really interesting journey to get to where he's got to. He's physically, I think everyone can see it and they will see it. He's physically outstanding, athletically brilliant, really mobile, moves really well, powerful, quick, strong. So really robust, everything we'd want in a defender in the way that we're going to play. So he comes in and adds real depth and competition. So we've said we wanted to add in both boxes, and he's a real, for someone so young, he's a real man. He plays with good responsibility, and he really suits the way that we play. And I think there's a lot of improvement to be made with Zach as well once he gets up to speed with what we're doing and how we do it. So he'll be really good. And again, he's another one that's shown a real, with a lot of interest, a real desire to be here and play here with us. So that's really important to me and to what we're trying to build. So he knows he's got fierce competition at the moment with any of those guys across the back three playing so well, especially our skipper who's been outstanding. So it was an area we needed to add to because Dino can't go on forever, but he's been brilliant, and he's got the shirt by right at the minute, and Zach knows he's going to have to bide his time and be patient and wait his time to get the shirt, but he'll be desperate to do that as quickly as possible, which is what we need. We need competition, we need depth. I spoke about it a lot. We've got through the last month fantastically well in terms of results and performances with a really depleted squad. If you look at the people that we've had to leave behind here in getting treatment, a lot of them have been real regulars for us and strong players for us. So it's a really important signing, not only in terms of quality but depth and character as well.
And obviously going to the wire to bring Will Grigg to the club. You mentioned obviously that the situation had, speaking to the press earlier, the situation had changed quite quickly with Will, that it wasn't something that you necessarily thought would come available, and a little bit different to what you've done so far this month. They tend to have been long-term signings, permanents, but someone who can come in the short term will, and certainly bolster that attack. Losing Carlton this month especially, adding someone like Will Grigg, who Don's fans will remember when you get him firing. He's one of the best strikers in this league, isn't he?
Yeah, I think with Will, it was as I said, the deal looked like not happening at all, so we were looking at other options, and then once it became almost just a little bit, maybe a possibility, a real small possibility. As I said, Andrew Cullen and Liam Sweeting done fantastically well to make sure it became a big possibility, and we wanted to work really hard to make it happen, and so did Will. So as I said, he had a lot of interest from this league especially, and he's chosen to come to us over quite a few others, and we were, as I said, unfortunate enough that we've got brilliant people behind the scenes to make the deal happen and make it work. So I've said all the way along the young guys need help from experienced players. That's why, Cammy's here and adding so much. Andrew Sermon the same. Richard before he left. And Will brings a lot of experience at this level. A brilliant goal scoring record at this level. But what he also brings is, and it's not done out of that, it's not a nostalgic signing for me. I wasn't here with Will, and I know he done really well here, so I hope that pleases a lot of our supporters, and I'm sure it will. But what the most pleasing thing for me is he's desperate to do well, to prove a lot of people wrong, and he wants to do it here. So, and the place that he done brilliantly that last time. So if it goes anywhere near as well as it did last time for him, then we'll all be very happy.
And not only, adding 2 players, but, I know we've lost some players we didn't necessarily want to lose this month, but keeping hold of, some of your core guys as well as the window closed, because I imagine there was some interest in some of your players given how well they're performing, and that's another positive as well, isn't it? Yeah,
it's massive. I think I said to you before, there's probably more change than anyone would like in January. We've probably had a window that's more akin to a summer window, if you like. So I get it. It can be scary change, but everyone's embraced it fantastically well, and we needed it. There's no doubt about it, to really push us and set us up for the rest of this season and for the summer and moving into next season as well, which is why it's so important what we have done. And you're right, there was interest. We turned down a really good offer for one of our players today that came in really late, and we didn't need to do it, and we didn't do it, and it was a really good opportunity for the player, and we've chosen to stay strong and keep the player here, because what we're trying to build is really important to us, and everyone now we have is really important to how we're going to do and what we're going to do for the rest of the season. So it was a real good statement of intent again from the chairman, from Andrew and from Liam and everyone else, that we were all together on it, so now we move forward. That's happened. We're in a position where we didn't need to do it, and we haven't done it, and I'm really pleased that we didn't, and that we can all move forward and now look forward to having a really strong second half of the season.
So 7 players in total, I think. I'm losing count this month. 2 new contracts, plenty of transactions if you include players going out as well. You must be really pleased and satisfied with the depth of the squad and the quality of player that you've got going into the second half of the season, because it's going to be an interesting second half. It's congested, so many games. We're sitting in the Papa John's Trophy. Plenty can happen, especially in the world we live in now. You must be pleased that you look all over the pitch. There's 2 or 3 starting caliber players in each position. That must really excite you. Yeah,
really pleased. We've something we've lacked is depth since we've taken over. Real competition for places. I think last season especially we used very few players really in terms of the whole squad regularly. But now, I said to you before, we trust every single player that we've got inside here. We trust every single player to do a job. On the pitch, off the pitch, they all have a role to play. They're really important, and we're going to need everyone between now and the end of the season. There's so many games. You've seen it with the injury list now. Hopefully we can be lucky with injuries and avoid some, more than we have so far, and we are going to need every single person. So I am really pleased with the squad now. We have a lot of options in most positions. And it's up to everyone now to fight for their place in the team, and they all know now that there's real healthy competition, and the beautiful thing with this group and the guys who have come in already, and the 2 guys that will come in after today as well, is that they push each other hard, but they're always there for each other. They worked hard together. They're working hard on the pitch. You can see that, working hard on the training pitch, and during this period when it's been really difficult during the pandemic, we're in separate dressing rooms. We're not having meetings in the normal room. Everyone can't eat lunch together, no breakfast, etc. So it's really hard to foster a team spirit in that environment, but somehow they're managing to do it, and they're doing it brilliantly, and we'll keep trying to do that as well as we can whilst following the protocols, and that's going to stand us in really good stead for the rest of the season.
I know it's an early kick-off tomorrow, so I'll let you get to bed.
Thank you.